We are live. I was saying that because we're not live.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, technically we are when we're recording it. They just don't hear it live.
Like I said before, we talked about, this is why we can't do things like YouTube and shit, because we're just seeing more like, I showed Salena and Elliot and everybody, even Lewis, about the whole Joe Rogan thing the other day. He had 2 top scientists on. And
I love Joe Rogan.
Yeah, well, because he had these guys breaking down COVID and shit. And YouTube, they've been shutting down channels and censoring people. And, man. So.
Yeah, we talked about this on episode, was it 60?
Something like that, yeah. It's been a while.
I remember, yeah.
But well, now it's coming out with more about like how they're saying that they're the master bullshit and stuff. And,
like I said, it's Leon Conan.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. This virus escaped a lockdown lab, and this little itty-bitty mask is going to protect us.
Yeah.
Fucking solid. Fucking genius.
I gotta say, I'm trying out this the Burnett's coconut with the cherry Pepsi. It's really good.
That is pretty scary though, because you sent me Joe Rogan's podcast, and what I did listen to it is that they would cancel anybody who said it was from a lab, and then now it's basically almost consensus.
Yeah, so. But it's a problem. It's like if anybody said on YouTube, like, is this possibly came from a lab shutdown? On Facebook, is this possibly came from a lab shutdown? Twitter, is this possibly came from a lab shutdown? But anywhere you'd say anything, it's like, so that's why I refuse to ever do like Facebook Live or YouTube Live, because that's stuff we talked about. Everybody in this room, they would just in a heartbeat shut this shit off. How dare you question? I
question because I'm not an idiot. I don't like. Oh, really? Kim Kardashian is not made out of 75% plastic. Okay.
Right.
Well,
shut down Elliot's please.
That's a scary part. This shows though with social media and the mob mentality, because it was like, imagine this 6 months ago. Hey guys, a lot of stuff with COVID, and top scientists are questioning like human to animal transmissions, what the severity of how bad this is killing people. But if you ask any kind of questions now, it's like, how dare you Trump supporter and you fucking conspiracy theorists, and why don't you want to get a vaccine because you're the problem? Months passed by. Well, maybe you guys were right. And I'm like, oh, but months ago, anybody who questioned your motives was a total asshole, right? And it's just how fast fucking opinions and motives change.
Yeah, I wasn't really into it as much, but it just didn't surprise me. If it did come from a lab, it wouldn't surprise me. And if it did come from, the wet markets in China, that wouldn't surprise me either. But it makes sense that it would come from a lab.
We're not even asking questions.
They said it was a bat.
Yeah.
Someone ate a bat. But a lot of people don't know is that the corona itself's been around since like the Black Plague, World Wars, and all that. Like if you look at variant like cleaning and detergent items, it will say this will help get rid of coronavirus.
Yeah, didn't Tom Hanks have like the coronavirus in the movie Castaway or something like that?
No.
I heard that Tom Hanks. I mean, he actually got the coronavirus too, but I thought it was also like in a movie that was a thing back in the day.
Nah, Salena, he was looking for Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
So, but yeah, it's just like, and it's always fucking scary how whenever you question, like whenever you go against the grain or question things, or you wonder how things are going, just how fast now you're labeled as
you're
something.
the bad guy.
Yeah.
For telling the truth?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, everybody needs a boogeyman.
I agree.
Good point.
So, but I would just recommend anybody listening. I want to finish the full thing with Salena later, but it's like 2.5 hours, and the first hour they said the gist I just got was like these 2 top scientists were telling Joe, it's like before Corona hit American shores and stuff, it was proven that and they do this all the time, people. They test out viruses in labs. They test it on animals. They test out different strains. And 3 workers died of the virus, and one of the workers, his wife, died as well of all symptoms, pure Corona-related incidents and stuff. This happened inside of a lab. Next, it's like a few weeks later, hey, half the population is catching this fucking virus, and it's worldwide and stuff. So it's not, it's like, the top people were saying like, oh, this is impossible to ever be man-made created. 5 months later, well, there's pretty much good evidence that it probably was man-made created, but before it was a pure mutation from bat to human. It's like, no, sometimes it's like the whole AIDS thing, they still wonder nowadays, was AIDS created, Well,
there's a video about that too. That was in the lab.
What killed me was when the whole thing started. People was just like, oh, don't touch me. I don't want to get the corona. And I started thinking about it like, y'all so stupid. There's not even a cure for AIDS yet, or is there?
Actually,
and y'all worrying about a virus.
Remember Elliot mentioned that we all mentioned back in the early 90s Magic Johnson. Now he said you catch HIV from having sex with women because Magic Johnson was a big NBA player and a player like anybody.
He was a hoe.
You know, but they were saying like HIV is a death sentence. HIV is 100% you're going to die. HIV turned into AIDS. Magic Johnson, 30 years later, he's fucking healthier than I am.
Yeah, you can live for a long time with
right.
HIV, but HIV is also different than like AIDS.
Yeah.
Too. You get HIV.
Back in the 90s, though, if you had HIV, everyone said like it's 100% death sentence.
Because that's what they were told. And guess who was also kind of head of the board for that?
Yeah.
Fucking Fauci.
Yeah, they've proven that Fauci, all of his models that came out in the 90s with the AIDS pandemic and stuff was so fucking off.
Yeah.
All the predictions and numbers and everything he was saying and death rates and how everything was just so much misinformation when AIDS first hit.
Well,
you know, like, well, even like what Ted was just saying, like, even back, 11, 12 years old, if you so much as, like, if you seen a gay person and stuff, you couldn't even, stare at this person because you're scared, like, oh, the gays have AIDS, and if I so much as hug a gay guy a high five, I'm gonna catch AIDS off him and shit, and they're making this big fear monger of hating gay people and shit. Like, they're the carrier of AIDS. And
yeah, it was a crazy prejudice on the gay community on that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want to get a high five and I got a cut on my hand, like just being dramatic and shit. Yeah.
I'll never forget one time. It was around school. I got in trouble for telling this pun when we was talking about like what's your greatest fears. It was a teacher. I forgot her name. Oh yeah, Mrs. McCormick. It was
she
a
got
few.
Glasses.
Huh?
She got glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sounded like she got glasses.
Yeah, and she was going around asking the kids, what's your greatest fears? And as we're talking about like AIDS and how there was the misunderstanding stereotype, one kid said they're scared of bees or bugs, spiders, whatever. One kid was saying that they're scared of heights. I think the third and fourth kid pretty much said they're scared of pretty much not getting anything right. And I guess the sixth or seventh person, they pretty much said similar to what the last kid said. But then when it got to me, I paused. And Miss McCormick came out and said, yo, everybody had their turn, so Lou, what's your greatest fear? I came out and said a mosquito coming out of Magic Johnson's crib. I got in a whole lot of trouble for saying that shit. I was about like 7, 8 years old at the time.
Oh, Jesus. That's kind of racist.
That's a myth. You can't be racist.
Yo, and all the kids had a look like they wanted to laugh, but the shock like when I said that, he was like, Mr. Bond, go to the detention right now.
Because they ain't have a mind like that. They wasn't thinking that you.
How dare you? That's
and even though I was dead ass serious, I didn't realize what I actually said. I was dead ass serious.
How dare you have a mind?
Yeah. So. Oh,
get in trouble for that all the time in school. How dare you have a mind? Go to the office. Really?
So, this has been popping up on Twitter a lot the past few days. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this. This whole woman, Gwen Berry, the one with the Olympic nationalist hammer thrower.
Oh, that dipshit.
Boy, she's been pissing. It's one of the things, again, sports and the national anthem. But if anybody doesn't want to know, so she was an Olympic hammer thrower, and she was pissed off that the national anthem was playing during the Olympics, and she's an American. So she came in third place. And everyone's just like, are you pissed at the Olympics, or are you pissed at the fact that you came in third place? But everyone else was facing towards the national anthem, and she decided to, on a podium, stand away and make a protest about the national anthem playing during the Olympics.
Oh,
I mean,
poor baby.
I'm like, okay, and so
because it's so hard being here.
Right, like, would you have done that if you won?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what everybody's fucking saying.
Isn't that a mandatory thing that? Right.
Yeah. So
it's the Olympics, right?
Yeah. And so especially because you're an American athlete at the Olympics, but because they're playing the American national anthem, why is everyone saluting the flag? And you're like, well, I'm in third place and fuck off. And boy, people are tearing her. So
I came in third. I don't like it.
Well, maybe if she was better at what she was supposed to do.
I'm just like, okay. Well, the whole
She's
point,
Kappa.
what the
You're
whole
Kappa, you'll never be
the
gold.
peaceful protests and stuff they want to talk about, and her protesting the anthem, but it's just like, well, if you had a problem, then why would you even join the American Olympic team?
Yeah,
then?
you're
that
part of
hard
a
work for what?
team that represents this country
Exactly.
going against the rest of the world. You're
Yeah.
a fucking moron. I'm gonna represent my country, but turn my back on the anthem because this country's been terrible to me. Bitch, you can go to other parts of this world. You will not live another year. I'm telling you this right now. You hate this country.
He's not
As
right.
a woman, go to like the Middle East. Guess what? Your rights are fucking forfeit to a large degree. Then come back and complain, because I bet you'll be on your hands and knees begging like an asshole.
Well, just like, but what is she like? It's at least if you had like a point though, what's upset about? What are you upset about? Besides the fact that you came in third place.
Because she wasn't good enough, and she never will be. You kappa. You'll never be gold, you fucking kappa.
She's bronze.
Oh, yeah, bronze. Bronze is, you know what? Kappa, bronze, you shit. You shit.
So, this freaked me out. It should freak everybody out listening, because whether you have a car or not have a car, because it affects every industry that what we live in. But I'm not sure who's been noticing this and I always say this happens every summer. Gas prices obviously go up. But right now, though, gas prices hit a 7-year high.
Oh,
7
wow.
fucking years. As gas stations were running low of fuel, of course, ahead of 4th of July. So, whoa. Yeah,
They said there was going to be a oil
but they say that every year, too. Every year during this time, it's going to be an oil shortage.
I'm going to piss people off, but after the 4th of July 4-day holiday, people are going to be taking Monday and Friday off. There are going to be a lot less people getting gas because all the car crashes and alcohol death-related shit that's going to happen over that weekend.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Oh, no, it's true. There was an entire document. Memorial Weekend, 4th of July, people drink themselves to death. They die from injuries. One college kid, I think he went to Cancun. I don't know if he got into a fight or fell out of his hotel off the balcony or something, went to the hospital with a hole in the back of his head because he busted his head that bad. And his his blood content was like 3+ times the legal limit.
So you saying that alcohol is making people be suicidal?
No, I'm saying that people are such jackasses that they can't put down the bottle and come to a rational realization they're killing themselves.
Right.
No, not wrong.
The holidays are not an excuse to get so fucked up. You're crashing your car and doing all this stupid shit, and it's just getting worse by the year, but nobody...
How the hell you get drunk to the point where you get blurry vision and you trying to drive? I'm going to make it home.
Never walked there through Albany on a Saturday night, apparently, because shit happens far more frequent than you think.
I walk anyway.
Got that fucking I don't give a fuck mentality. Damn.
Superman mentality. They think because they're young, nothing bad's ever going to happen until they're flying out there the front of the car like, Wendy, I can fly. Boom.
So, damn. It says Time is Scare. How New York City's soaring crime rate is bleeding into crossroads of the world. Holy shit, man. But they're saying that the crossroads of the world has long been cleaned up, but experts say recent broad daylight shootings in the tourist hub reflect a new crime wave that's beginning to envelop every pocket of the 5 boroughs. Jesus. It says, the New York Times shootings are a wake-up on how far things have deteriorated. So a former federal prosecutor said, the latest shooting in Times Square is only going to feed their perception, if not the reality that the city is far less safe. Damn. He said that, according to the stats, the deadliest year in terms of crime was 1990, when they had 2,200 murders, compared to 212 seen thus far. But they're saying, a shootings and homicide expert from John Jay College said comparing the crime in the 80s and 90s to the surge in shooting seen today is like comparing apples to auto parts, but the gun violence is concerned. So far, the gun violence is up 53% just from last year. Jesus Christ. So, yeah. So fucking Times Square, New York City, just more and more freaking gun violence going up.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah, really. Damn. A woman traumatized after alleged belt beating by a homeless man? That sucks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Man, I'm not going back to work until I know this guy's put away. Jesus. She was whacked by a leather belt by a homeless guy. Said she's traumatized.
Oh
I mean,
my god, that
Rubber
is
belt.
traumatizing.
she's 21. She was sitting outside of her job of a bagel shop in 6th Avenue
I'd be
around
pissed though.
7:45 a.m. when police say Kamal Walker came up from behind her and started hitting her. I was sitting down on my phone talking to my sister. He just comes out of nowhere and starts beating me. I didn't even see him coming. He hit me. I looked up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ.
I don't know why it's
That
funny.
is so fucked
It's
up.
fucking funny.
Did her
Get back to
sister
work.
help?
Yeah, how you gonna be able to tell that story?
Yeah.
Why you taking a break?
Exactly. Damn. It says, she added, if you're going to hit me, threaten me, or at least stay put. Give me a chance to fucking defend myself. And the rest of the guy, of course. But she was treated. She's had bruises to her face. It just made no sense to me, she said. God damn. Instead of returning to the bagel shop, she said she would go to the local precinct and make sure her attacker hadn't been released and look for a restraining order. Okay. So, but it just...
I don't really think that's gonna make much of a difference to a homeless guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
it's probably
But
It's crazy.
but I'm
Definitely
gonna make
needs
sure
to
to
be
visit her
correct.
again. Get her twice as bad.
I don't know if you guys heard about, been talking to Salena about this the past, like, it's been like a week now or something. If you guys, Elliot, Tev, or Lewis heard about it. Did you hear about the whole fucking Florida condo? That shit's getting...
the building that
The
collapsed.
Florida condo?
Yeah, basically it's like there was a Florida condo, half the condo just collapsed out of nowhere. The fucking thing. And right now, okay, it says they have 12 people died, but 150 people are missing. So fucking like, there was like a big condominium, half the fucking, the structure just collapsed.
Yeah, and they're all lost in the
150,
rubble.
150 people they still can't find them.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking. I was like, oh my
heard
god.
How tall
me
was
take a
the
drink.
building?
I'm gonna try to look at the stats. 12 stories. Yeah.
Some of them might literally be part of the concrete.
That's
and
what I was
not
saying.
even.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that to be fun.
Yeah. I've seen some of the fucking aftermath of that condo and just like yeah, a 12-story condominium, just half it just collapsed from, they don't understand why. But just imagine living in that shit and you come home and, god
Right.
damn, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's weird, but it was like one of those moments where I was like, oh my god, that's so like scary. I'm just so glad that it wasn't
that
me.
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely scary for real.
Someone getting sued.
That I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to find things to see.
What you laughing about, cuz?
Nothing at all.
Right. Right.
Someone going in.
My throat hurt.
Wow.
A flat-chested Hooters waitress shows how she fakes her huge boobs for her job.
She got shooters.
It's false advertisement.
Are we sure it's not a 10-year-old boy?
I hope not.
So, I mean, her name is Kristen. She's a medical student working her way through school at Hooters. She goes viral after showing Tik Tok, of course, how she transformed her small chest into huge boobs. It says like that. Now here's a titillating trick. Jesus.
She went and got surgery on her titties.
Let's see what she says. Of course, she has 90,000 TikTok fans. Oh, right.
Of course she
Let's see.
does.
I have the chest of a teenage boy.
Yes, you do.
In her
Maybe
net-
you are one.
Jesus. Let's see. The cleavage clips posted to her. It's at the Flat Hookers Girl TikTok profile in June has amassed over 16 million views. And I keep telling Salena,
Wait, so now
16 million
so
fucking views.
She's now a hooker too?
Transforming her double A cups into an ample eyeful, she begins the process of strapping on her handy dandy Amazon push-up bra. It's a bra on Amazon that adds 2 cups. It's really padded. It's
Transformers?
It's supposed to be like the Bombshell, and likened to the online retailer to find Victoria's Secret $70 boob boosting undergarment. It's not quite as good, but it's half the price. Yeah, wow.
Did it explain how she
That's
got her
interesting.
I
I may try that.
It says, after giving her girls a little lift, the doctor-to-be stuffs the bra, doctor-to-be, she's a med student, so, with $9 silicone inserts or sticky boobs that she got from Walmart. The sticky boobs will make the most difference in my appearance. It's what pushes my boobs together to create the cleavage line in the center. Wow.
Wait, you actually have
Transformers?
you actually have to have boobs for cleavage. She's fake. It's
Yeah.
all fake.
So she was, I look like I should be a Hooters girl, she added, knowing that the restaurant chain's penchant for hiring buxom women to sling their saucy wing flings. On average, she rakes in anywhere between $50 to $400 a shift. Okay.
So she got surgery on her titties.
No, she's saying she bought a fucking push-up bra. On top of it, she got these silicone fucking
It's more like
pads.
a
Yeah.
fashion augmentation that
further proof of how.
Imagine her serving you at the Hooters table. Do you want flats or drumsticks?
Nah, she has a
I
problem
want
with-
drumsticks.
That's
She has
her
a
right there.
problem with.
Plenty of drumsticks.
With or
She has a
without?
problem with being
That's
natural.
Oh, that's without
Oh,
the
shit.
bra.
Yeah.
You didn't hear what I said, Tev? She got a problem with flat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that forehead really caught.
That's what
my
I said.
attention.
She would be offended if I was at Hooters at the
Look,
ordering
look.
table. Do
She
you
was
want
from that
flats
side.
or drumsticks?
So,
I would stress
Hey.
the
She
was from that
drumsticks
side.
hard.
so.
Wait,
Plenty of drums.
wait, I don't understand. Why is it women get so pissed at men for being fake? But look at all this shit.
Wow.
Fake
Talk.
nails,
Talk.
fake hair,
That's a difference.
fake tits, fake asses, and now
Where's-
most of
you
these
see my-
outfits got like a corset or something, so their stomach gets sucked in.
So
and
much
we're
fakeness, but
supposed-
they're
I didn't
asking
see
for
it.
something real.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
thinking the
You
same
don't
thing.
get shit. You're fake as hell. You're Barbie fake. You garbage.
Yeah. I mean, it's just comic. I'm not against her, but just like it just shows like how she's got 90,000 fucking fans and 16 million views of like hey guys, I'm just showing you
what?
how to wear a push-up bra and make my chest look bigger.
On what?
Yeah.
That
TikTok?
got
But bro,
yeah 16 million views.
but bro, Chris, but just imagine that would be. I'm not complimenting her, but I'm not against her either.
People
I
are
would be offended if we was there ordering food or whatever. Everybody getting their order. So, Mr. Lou, will you like flats or drumsticks? I'm just gonna pause. Like,
Like you, I want flats.
no, I don't want flats. No, not at all.
I mean, if she
Yeah.
looks the part, then like,
Yeah,
why not?
I mean,
but
it's just
that is honestly, I don't know if it's just a good drastic.
I agree,
pictures,
Elliot.
but it is
I
a pretty
shake
drastic
my head.
change
Yeah.
to me.
I'm just
Oh, this is pathetic. Google is fucking free, you moron. Jerk off to Google, not fake bitches. Seriously, Google. Just fucking Google titties. Don't waste $100 at Hooters. Google titties, and you'll be fucking fine, you losers.
People
just
still
wanna
do it though.
You just want to smell a woman. You're fucking pathetic. Like, I want her hair to brush against my nose. You're a fucking loser.
I don't see no difference between like buying it or watching it. It's like still like you're still getting the content you want. The only
Yeah.
difference is
I mean
you're
TikTok's
spending
free.
the
you know.
money.
Yeah, I don't want to go on that pedophile parade
Oh, God.
of a website.
I get these. Well, yeah, TikTok does a lot of kid shit. But
Yeah.
Oh.
And also, if kids do duet, people have their personal information
Yeah.
because you're connected with the other person, which means you can get the information from that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok has a pedophile problem, and TikTok's like,
Well.
Subway and Jarrett. I just want to get my foot long.
I mean, well, actually, funny part,
$5.
TikTok keeps getting banned in a lot of places.
Yeah,
it has
because
been.
it's disgusting.
But of course, China's paying for TikTok and they own it. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
look how
I
fucked
know.
up China is. Look at what they did to women throughout
oh god,
history.
actually, what China's still doing to women even 2021. Holy shit! Like
Yeah, not nearly as
Oh,
bad
boy.
as like parents throwing their kids away in the middle of nowhere or a dump or something because it's like, I wanted a son, you're getting a daughter. Shame! In the trash.
Yeah. Well, even in school, we used to read about that. Like when I was fucking in middle school and high school, they would say that the caste system, how they would have in China, they would always want more boys because they could pass on their money and their lineage to more boys. And the more women that China people have,
They were only
would,
allowed one kid.
they would throw them out too, or they would discard babies because they didn't want females. And so, but yeah, no, it's just like funny. Like I told Salena about, you're going to make a TikTok account. This chick got 16 million views by literally putting on a fucking push-up bra. It's like, boy, it's really hard to get popular on TikTok.
Mark, how
I
many
don't
of those
know.
views
I
are
just-
yours?
feel like I don't have the consistency. I tried like getting into TikTok. I like it for food stuff, like learning how to
Yeah.
cook things.
Well,
It's
I've
really awesome
had
for that.
plenty of comedy videos on the platform, but like I said, a lot of these girls that are like, well, remember, we pulled up an article last week. They showed an Instagram influencer, and this woman was basically showing she's an Instagram model, right? She's got like 600,000 followers, and she was saying, okay, guys, here's my natural body. Now, she's not fat by any means, but she's got like a little belly on her, some stretch marks, and she goes, here's me after I edit my photos.
Oh, so you mean the kangaroo
photoshopped.
pouch?
I mean, I have to put the
Wait.
picture.
She photoshopped?
We're
They're
gonna call
Yeah.
it that.
they're entertainers at best. They're influence shit.
Well, that's
They're
what I know. That's what they call them
entertainers
now.
Yeah.
There's a
And
person.
guess what? There are some people out there who called Hitler a hero, but tomato racist. They're entertainers at best.
Well, I love the term.
I think too, and
influencer.
it is weird that they're being fraudulent about it.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I feel like it definitely stems from like a mental illness. They clearly don't like the way they look if they're going to edit their
Identity crisis.
Body
So-
dysmorphia.
Yeah.
body. Yeah. So I just think that's weird behind it.
Yeah. Indeed.
That's what's happened with a lot of these guys who have to say they're women to beat women at sports because they can't beat guys.
Sad but true.
It is.
True to
It's literally the same thing. It was originally body dysmorphia, then it became gender dysmorphia, and now they're just trying to say there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, yeah, well...
Damn SJWs.
Yeah, no, like this influencer, for people who can't see, it's that quote-unquote finger thing. He's a British guy who now says he's a non-binary Korean something, and his pronouns, quote-unquote, are they, them, Core, and Ian. Like,
What?
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
This is how... this is why you don't
It's
just
fine, Ian.
accept stuff. You need to give people the help they need. If someone has an eating disorder, you don't compliment them like, oh
That's
my
true.
God, you're skin on top of bones. It's like, you need help.
Yeah.
But we're
I agree with
supposed
that.
to be like, man, this guy wants to go into a locker room with girls and just flash his dick around, and we're supposed to be like, beautiful and brave.
Yeah.
Beautiful
No,
and
What's funny,
no.
Elliot, on a side note, that I'm waiting for give it time the way it's going, though. It's like we would always take things like anorexia and bulimia very seriously and stuff. But now it's going, it's like I'm waiting for some girl to be on TikTok. Hey guys, I'm bulimic here. I just ate a sub. Let me just put my finger down my throat and puke it back up.
5 to
And then
1. It's out
and
there.
people say, oh, look how stunning and brave she is. Like, no, she's got fucking problems. You should be helping her. Not
Yeah.
like bulimia and anorexia is some serious shit. Like
But-
that has so many long-term health effects on your
Yeah.
body.
5 to 1, if
You
you
know?
look hard enough, you will find it on TikTok. I can guarantee
Give
you.
it time.
Because TikTok is like Google. If somebody can think about it,
Somebody's
5 to 1,
doing it.
that shit
Yeah.
is out
Yeah.
there.
You're not wrong. Hopefully this is weird, but let's see. A deadly cobra which can spit venom was slithering around loose in North Carolina neighborhood. Wow.
To the
So-
Cobra.
It can spit poisonous venom from 9 feet away. Wow.
Hmm.
It's called the zebra cobra, which can cause tissue damage or even death when it bites or spits on you.
So it has the capability
Wait,
to
where was
violate
this?
social distancing.
Damn right it does. Yeah. This is in North Carolina.
Just
So there's
saying.
cobras, and was it like a wild cobra?
Apparently there is now. So
Or
It
is
literally can
somebody's
violate
pet
social
that
distancing if it wanted to.
oh, here it goes.
got-
Police
ran
said
away?
police said the snake, which is nocturnal, has black stripes, escaped from its owner. Yeah, that's why in the
It's
neighborhood.
a black sheep.
It got lit.
Yeah. The snake is typically shy, but it will bite or spit its killer venom by cornered by a person, and the venom can kill you if it spits it on you. So,
Nah,
Yeah.
son.
damn. And it will cause your nervous system to shut down.
That's quite
That's
potent.
Oh,
a
that's
dangerous snake right there.
Yeah. And here's like you and Selena was saying with in terms of being a pet. Zebra cobras aren't native to North Carolina or even the U.S.
Figured that much.
Mm-mm.
Sounds too exotic.
So why did she have it for? So the cobra originates from Africa, but there are no laws prohibiting exotic pets in the
Uses
state.
killer victim.
Yeah, so of course, residents are saying that they fear for the safety of their kids and their pets. Yeah, of course. So it's like it's a pretty dangerous snake, and dogs like to sniff in the grass and check things out. So yeah, watch out for fucking. I'll tell you one thing: if I had like a little kid and stuff, and hey, found out some woman's pet got loose and fucking killed my kid, that'd be like, I wouldn't kill a snake. Me and that bitch would have a long conversation.
I get the snake, grab it by the head, and use it like a gun. Like, stretch its neck out, hope it shoots. Yeah, I'd be going around.
I could see that. Yo, you got my $50.
Yeah,
Man, fuck your 50.
venom in the eyes. Ah! They pull out a gun, I pull out this snake, they get venom in the eyes. Oh my God, what happened? Don't fuck with me, give me more money.
And then by the time they finally pay up, they croak right on the spot because the venom's marinated in their eye socket for so long. All right, we good now.
God,
You good?
goddamn snakes. Let's see.
Uh,
I told Elliot this in the car. This is interesting. So human brains are capable of mental time travel.
I totally believe in that.
That
Because
call?
just be able to conceptualize the past and having memories of your own past to an extent is like time travel on a metaphysical scale. So
This is saying a neuroscientist said that
I agree.
she's found evidence of the human mind's mental time travel ability. The passage of time is all in your mind. Human brains independently measure episodic movement. That's a trippy finding reported by French and Dutch researchers. It says, our brains possess an internal or inherent flow of time that was not driven by something going on in the world. So,
Yo, Elliot, come on, man.
'Cause that's about as serious as I take this.
Yeah.
Well, French and these. Okay, so yet again, if we can see the future, why are we not stopping serious shit that's going on? Oh, that's because you're wrong.
I think that it's literally way more quantum physical than like what we even are able of thinking. Like literally, that it's like you wouldn't even be able to fathom it. So like whatever you think is literally just not even probably as important as what life really is on a quantum physical scale.
That and what you said, bro, most of the time, if it may be true or possible, most premonitions or visions usually are in puzzle pieces and fragments. And even if a person tries to embrace or do something about it, it's been said in theory that if you try to change what you know or come to know, it changes whatever's going on currently. Like I said, theory.
I just think it's naive to believe in limits to me. I feel like
That's
ever
the same
since I was
keyword,
really,
theory.
really young, it was hard for me to grasp limits. I understand in like the physical 3D dimensions, we live in a time-space reality, and there are laws in this, but the 3D dimension is an extension of a multi-dimensional reality, which we are also an extension of, which is just as equal as this. We're just pretty much just a channel, which is just a simplified version of quantum physics. But yeah, past, present, and future all exist at the same time and simultaneously. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Gonna find my younger self and body slam.
That's why I think like things like multiversal like theory comes in, and I actually do believe that it exists, like another version of us, like parallel but still like their own person on a different plane in a sort.
Yeah.
Which that's like a great subject and a half in itself. Those that believe in it.
Yeah.
That
Well, I
is-
do believe in past lives. Is the thing. I do. I've had what I like thought like maybe past life memories, and then just like all like adding up. I like actually took it seriously one day and really like meditated on the idea, and I actually had like physiological healing changes, which is whatever you want to call it, a past life regression. But I experienced something from it. I got something out of it, and I'm definitely not the only one. And there's been a lot of studies on it. It's actually getting more normalized, the idea of past lives at this point. But also, it
Reincarnation.
could also be inaccurate to even call it past lives if you want to think of it in a multidimensional scale. It's actually a parallel life and still existing, which is why we're capable of channeling it.
Scientists have said that parallel universes actually is very possible of existing, and that's scientifically fucking proven. So time travel, I mean, they keep saying it's something that, I mean, I don't think if we can control it, but like scientifically, there's so many fucking theories on it, but
Like in this universe, you're a podcast host and a driver. In another universe, you might be a radio show host and driving a limousine, bringing the president to like the ball or a charade.
I was really high.
You never like
on edibles,
it's different, but it's like parallel and similar interest or intent of a sort.
Like I remember going to a soda machine and wanting to choose like red or orange, and I'm like, I really didn't know because I'm so indecisive, and I wanted to try both of them, but I chose red.
She met a guy.
But then I'm like in an alternate parallel reality. I'm probably drinking
she met this guy named
orange
Morpheus.
soda right now.
And picked blue instead.
I'm dating Edwards Christopher instead.
She met this guy named Morpheus. Orange Fish, what are you doing here?
You never know. You might be Morpheus. Who knows?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God! You're a black man trapped in a little white guy's body.
That'd be scary, like fucking Matrix.
see with a booster seat. Take this pill to help you out, Neo. Oh shit! Sorry. Wait till I come back around this swivel chair. Am I right,
Mr. Anderson?
Oh God. This will probably make Elliot laugh because Elliot laughs at the most fucked up shit.
I do.
He does. That's why he's here for. But so, Massachusetts man, he killed his father in a pond while baptizing him. I knew he was gonna laugh.
I guess Jesus really wanted him to go home.
I think that was like just a plot. I don't know. The guy's either really dumb or really smart and playing stupid about it. I don't know.
Was he singing that Faith Hill song like Jesus take the wheel?
A Massachusetts man.
Wow.
It says the attempt to exercise his alcoholic father's demons.
I mean, he did a good job. Power of Christ compel.
You just read my fucking mind, bro. That's what I was thinking of. Repent! Repent!
Dude thrashing out. He's like, yes, the demons are coming out. Hold him down longer.
Oh, Dad, what you doing?
I think he's dying. None of them. The demons coming out.
Yeah. Let's see. He's 19 years old.
I had no demons. You lied.
Daddy, you okay?
See, I'm gonna call Junior and tell Junior about this. Like, you want to find a way to get rid of your father?
Exercise his fat demons.
It's like, oh Christ. It says Jack Callahan was arrested Monday, hours after his mother called the police at 2:00 in the morning. That he claimed to report that he arrived home and claimed that his father was missing. So first he lied about it.
Oh damn!
The kid was wet in clothes. His mother said that he didn't know where her ex-husband was despite riding an Uber together with his father from Boston to Duxbury. Wow. He initially claimed that he blacked out when his father hit him several times, and then police said that his body was found in a creek. He was pronounced dead at a hospital, and a prosecutor said an autopsy found water in his lungs and an abrasion to the back of the head. He believed he was baptizing his father. He was holding his father in the pond on his back like a baby. He continually dunked his head under the water about 4 to 8 times. When the father began to choke and start fighting back, the son hit him and pushed him his head back down into the water.
Oh my
God. He did so until his father was floating and no longer struggling. It says, the 19-year-old told cops that he was exorcising a demon named Dirty Dan. and he gave his dad a choice to go to heaven with him or hell as they both were in the pond.
Wow.
I believe that he chose hell, said the son. It says, the son had early tracked his father, who left a treatment center for alcoholism, to a bar where he was heavily intoxicated. Then the son, who had a previous traumatic brain injury that impacted his ability to make decisions, refused to drive a friend's truck. So he and his son got into an Uber. But then the mother said that he told him not to bring her ex-husband back to her house, leaving the father and son to head to the park where the elder man's body was later found. Wow. A psychologist had spoken with him and determined he was a threat to himself while asking a judge to order competency evaluation at the hospital. He's a very nice young man, said the attorney. Of course he is.
Bet he is.
He comes from a wonderful family. My client had a concern for his father. Knowing that he would be drinking and knowing that he shouldn't be drinking, he was trying to take him back where he should be.
Wow.
To Jesus.
He was dunking him, saying, you got a choice. Heaven or hell, and you chose hell.
With Dirty Dan.
That's a wicked story, guy.
That is fucking hilarious.
Oh, God.
R.I.P.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Go home to Jesus.
Let's see. I don't listen to... Hold on, maybe something like this. I guess Lil Nas X teased his new album after steamy BET performance when he was kissing some guys on stage.
Wait, start that back from the top.
Here, you pick this out.
BET performance.
Yeah.
I caught the performance part.
He was dancing on a dude.
Yes, I don't know anything about Lil Nas, but
pure dick swinging.
Yeah.
So wait,
he's openly gay.
Are you saying that
dick?
The Boondocks?
You sure saying dick out? Pretty hard, cuz.
Cuz he like that shit.
Let's see.
Why are you saying it like you do?
I don't.
Boy.
I know you don't. That's why I'm like, you saying that a little too tough.
Damn.
Penis.
Cause that shit was wild. Dick.
Oh, cause I remember, cause when you was on the way to pick me up, that article popped up, and all I saw was two dudes dressed like they're from Wakanda locking lips.
That's exactly.
And I'm like, alright, this is the wrong Black Panther. I'm like, this is doing too much.
And it's crazy because Diddy liked it too.
Wait,
who?
Diddy liked it too.
I'm not surprised about Diddy. As all the stories I saw, him always licking his lips, glossing and shit throughout his career.
Wow.
That don't surprise me. None against gay people. I'm just saying.
So it says,
you know, that kind of makes it suspicious when you're like, none against gay people out of nowhere.
No, I'm just saying, I don't hold nothing against.
P. Diddy. He's lying about it.
So
thank you. See, somebody gets me.
Wait, isn't Lil Nas that creepy dude who put blood in his Nike shoes?
Yes, he did.
wow.
I just remember him for his controversial music video, which was like going down to the devil and being gay with him.
How did nobody know this? Have you not seen the Logitech commercial where he's got like this whole outfit on which screams Boy George?
I didn't see anything. I really don't watch TV as much as I used to, so a lot of like commercials or infomercials I don't really catch on unless it's mentioned. See, I heard about it, like how you just spoke on it. I didn't see it personally.
Well, this is what's funny. It says, the rapper and singer, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, surprised BET Award audiences Sunday by ending his hit song, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, with a passionate kiss with one of his male backup dancers. The performance got a standing ovation from the crowd, but apparently people at home were not pleased. Following the show, he hopped on Twitter to address the homophobic backlash he gets from his showing his queer persona in his music. He just tweeted out saying, "We are 4 months in and people are still acting surprised that I'm being gay and
He's
sexual."
like, how many times do I have to tell you I'm gay? I like men. I literally gave this devil a lap dance in my music video.
Yeah, keep that shit behind closed doors.
Like I said, dick to dick.
Yeah, keep that shit behind closed doors, not music videos.
I mean, the thing is, people are paying for it. Like, if you're gonna tell him not to do it, then you might as well tell Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and literally, it's all selling sex.
Those disgusting mongroloids.
Yeah, and honestly, the people who don't feed into it, don't feed into it.
Paris,
you know, it's the people who want to idol and are too like naive and get manipulated by their love.
There's feeding into it, and there's force feeding.
Like, I like some of the songs. I wouldn't necessarily. I'm a huge fan or idolize any of these artists. I agree. But
I was just go like, no, this is why I stick to rock and metal. No.
Well, it's just like anything, I think. But nowadays, especially with social media and Twitter, if you can do anything, whether it's like I said, it's if you have a girlfriend who's a different race, if you're gay, anything you do, it's just that you have to get to the point social media where it's like he's like saying, well, you act like you guys are pissed off at me for being openly gay, but like, dude, you have to understand the way Twitter works. If you think that what you're doing, you get universal praise, you're not. Like, that's just how
nobody
social media is. Yeah, exactly. So, what it says, he made history in 2019 as the first LGBT alphabet person, black musician, to win an award for the Country Music Association for his first smash hit single, Old Town Road.
Automatically invalid. You're literally using your skin color and sexuality to, you're like, this is who I am. Boom, there it is. Don't be like, well, me on a podcast as a biracial, super duper straight guy, and people are like, he said super duper straight, he must like a penis, like super duper straight. Like, no, I'm Elliot. I'm not my heritage, my ethnicity, my skin color, or my sexuality. You must literally be so insecure. You're like, well, I obviously want to fuck the devil because in my video, I gave him a lap dance and put some human blood in shoes to sell to people. Satan.
It actually has, like, from a lens of an artist and, like, a musician, it's from being berated. You know what I mean? He's actually just berating you back. It's like, it's okay to freaking call him a faggot and make fun of him and stuff, but when he berates it and acts like a faggot, it's like he gets even more hate. That's kind of the concept. Because the thing is, he is gay. Yeah. And he can't control who you're attracted to. And like, artists kiss each other on stage before. If Britney Spears or whatever, which is a whole different topic, but I'm just bringing her up, kissed her boyfriend on stage to be just as normal to us. Well, to me, as a guy.
I gotta ask this question. You say you can't control who you're attracted to. You wholeheartedly believe that, Salena?
Yeah, I don't think you can control. I think you can control what you do about it, but I don't think you can control.
So that means you can help if you can control it. Like, let's say, for example, let's say someone walking down the street and you like, oh, he's good looking, whatever, and then you see him rob the bank, smack an old lady, kick a baby in a carriage in the mouth
Christ.
and then run off. Are you still gonna be
Like,
attracted
what
to
a
him?
fucked up person.
You still gonna be attracted to him?
Yes.
I would literally go to 911.
So that's what I was saying. I'm not.
listen
I'm
to
not
Chris. Don't
attacking
listen
or
to me.
anything.
Yeah.
But that's that's what I was saying. That I believe we could help it. Yes, we might find something or someone appealing, but once we learn the integrity, their core characteristics, that's where it goes in what you said. We can control what we do about it.
Yeah.
Based on what we learn about them and who they are. So, yeah, we can help it. That's if we apply standards to it. Like, if I'm just over here like, oh, this person killed 50,000 people, got a record, and they're the real, like, Michael Myers. Oh, take my dick now.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like attraction can change.
Like, that in itself.
Usually after first impression, you can't.
Oh.
That's if a person understands if their impression is just their representative or who they really are. If a person understands that. Most people don't. They used to be like, oh, they made me smile, they brought me a cheeseburger. I like them.
It's too deep for me.
I think
Nobody ever got your
Just-
cheeseburger, Chris.
I think people just need to keep this shit behind closed doors.
Even PDA, even men and women.
I don't want to see no bitch twerking, someone getting a lap dance in public. Keep that shit behind closed doors, because the moment you bring it into the public or record it and put it out there, any criticism you get is you did that to yourself.
I feel like there's a time and place for twerking. I agree with that.
No,
but
I
I'm
think
I'm
it's
just
the
coming to
most
it from a
disgusting.
perspective of
Well, now they're
kissing,
like pushing
PDA.
for little
I don't see
kids
a difference
to
between
twerk. No,
girls and guys.
twerking is
kissing or
absolutely
things like that.
disgusting.
Well, how it's been monetized, it's beyond disgusting. Originally, it was supposed to be something you do for your mate or to attract a potential mate. At certain exotic lands like South America, Africa,
In ancient times.
yeah, it was supposed to be
rituals.
like a dance to produce some type of monogamous attraction. But it's been so abused. Now everybody and their mom is doing it. Oh, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
what the
they're
fuck? Hold up.
Let's get our 5-year-old kids to do this. Let's make movies about this. Keep that shit behind closed doors. Keep it
I
in
agree.
this dance
See,
club.
I wholeheartedly agree.
There's something I don't understand, which I guess it's always be a fucking subjectional, but I'm looking at the comment section, which you do sometimes for comedy, but this guy said this, which I don't know how to feel, because he says that he got a bunch of likes. He just said, I'm so sick of 90% of today's musicians with minimal talent doing things just for shock value. At least singers back in the day that went for shocking people like Prince, Michael Jackson, Rick James, Madonna, they gave us great music.
Yeah.
Now I don't know this fucking kid's music. And that's the thing. I'm not sure at this point. It's like, are you doing it because it's who you are? Or are you doing it just fucking for shock value? That's what so I don't know enough about this dude. So
Yeah, I don't know enough about him either, but I do understand that.
I think what it is,
there is a difference between being yourself and just doing things just fucking to keep your name relevant. So I don't know.
I think there is shock value involved, but there's also the agenda that's been pushed amongst the media that not so much saying it's okay to be insecure, but trying to push the insecurity amongst others. It's one thing to just have insecurity and then have a person be like, you got to accept me for being insecure, have these shortcomings. And it's like, okay, what if you're not like that?
I mean, it's almost like to what Elliot says, though. It's if you want to do anything, do whatever you want, but also if you're going to be in a public eye, like you're saying, obviously fucking, if Cardi B is twerking or basically dry fucking a dude on stage, that's straight. But thing is, in an award show where a lot of people have their kids watching it, they don't need to see Cardi B basically fucking dry humping every male dancer on stage, even though that's considered straight. So some people would fucking feel like that's getting too raunchy as much as two guys kissing on stage.
Yeah, I think it's ultimately perversion, and I would not like to have my
And that's why I was saying, but when y'all speak about Cardi B, I think she's a piece of shit type of person. And it's not to be biased or anything like that.
She did what she had to do to get to the top.
But wait. Listen to what you just said, though. I ain't talking about the twerking part, even though we already spoke about, the legitimate varieties and reasons why that's not good to do openly, supposed to be behind closed doors, like Elliot said. Is knowing the fact that, she may have been a stripper. I'm not knocking or judging that. It's the fact how she actually have drugged or robbed people or drugged them to take a disadvantage of them, and no one's batting an eye. Let me say on podcasts, yo man, when I got to become a podcast star, I was drugging bitches and stuff like that to get their money or their pussy. I'll have an open case right away.
CeeLo Green.
Yeah. Well, it's like what Salena said to Elliot earlier, which is like that's always going to be controversial when he says PDA.
Mm-hmm.
It's public displays of affection. There's different levels. Like I was saying recently, one of my cousins, and whenever she wants to come down, she can. Ashley, one of my aunts got pissed off because she visited my cousin, and now my cousin is into girls. So it's like, and that's her choice. You want the wine?
No, pouring you a drink.
Oh, okay. What? You give me hand signals. I'm like, just fucking say it. Like,
you was talking. I ain't trying to be rude.
don't worry, it's alcohol. But no, like I've talked to Salena met my cousin at the wake and stuff, and my cousin got pissed off at my aunt because she felt like my aunt said like you're kind of being too raunchy in front of the fucking kids, and she's like, well, I'm just kissing my girlfriend. She goes, no, you're just kissing your girlfriend in front of kids, and there's flat out making out with your fucking girlfriend and putting your hand down your girlfriend's fucking pants in front of everybody in the middle of the house or middle of like, and again, like Salena, if we had a fucking barbecue out back and stuff, you guys are here, my mother, my sisters, and Salena wants to give me a fucking peck on cheek or a peck on lips, no problem. But I start putting my face between her titties and motorboating in front of everybody, in front of the kids, it might be a different situation. So I get that with the whole public displays of affection. There's different levels of fucking PDA.
That's not affection, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's sexual.
That's what I'm saying.
Beyond
Right.
affection. You can't compare sexual acts with affection. There's two completely different concepts.
I think it's always gonna come down to
affection
guys.
is more like wholesome and innocent, like y'all rubbing each other's nose.
I
love you, baby.
Yeah,
that's affectionate.
No, that's what I'm saying. We understand. Like I know between if I was around Selena's mother, her family, or she's around my mother, my family, I'm gonna kiss her a certain way versus if it's me and her just alone in the bedroom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not gonna go all like hardcore.
Yeah. But so like I just before we move on, I just take it as guys like people just need to understand the fact it's 2021, call it what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and still in this day and age, and I don't think I honestly pessimistic, don't think it will ever fucking change. A lot of people are uncomfortable watching two guys kiss. They just are, and I'm not against it personally, but like in this day and age, if you want to put something out there on Twitter or TikTok or whatever, if you're a major celebrity, just like Elliot said, the thing is, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you better expect the backlash. That's just how it fucking is.
If you're going to be antagonistic, expect antagonism back. And that's what he's doing. He's antagonizing back. And that's exactly what he wants. He wants people to complain about it. But we're all in the same boat. We all just hate each other and want to be like, think.
Here. You want to read this?
We all just want to be good.
You want to read this? Because this makes me think about you, and you're probably...
I don't hate anyone, Salena.
You're probably...
I don't hate them. I've just watched them cause their own downfall. And
that happens too.
I agree.
I enjoy watching people destroy their own lives because I'm sick.
Okay. So
I think it's because of your intellect and the greatness behind your intellect to be able to see what things really are. It's pretty. You know where I'm getting at. It's pretty much you're able to see things for what it is, and because of your depth and understanding and narrative behind that understanding is where you're able to see the twisted humor behind it. I'm the same way on a lot of levels, so I get it. You just express it more.
I think Elliot's just a dick.
No, I see things for what they are, and I just find joy because people do stuff that's so self-destructive. Then they're like, why did this happen to me? I mean, maybe because of the really stupid shit you did that led up to it. That was not me. Like,
you picked up a knife, started trying to tap dance on thin ice, and then expect not to get stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you exercised your dad until he died and didn't think you were gonna get in trouble.
Right.
Well, I found a funny news article.
Sorry.
I want Salena to, because I'm laughing because this makes me think about Salena. So.
Texas woman allegedly rams car into liquor store in failed attempt to hit lover. A Texas woman allegedly rammed her car into a liquor store, then backed up and struck a pedestrian and multiple cars in a failed attempt at mowing down her lover, according to reports and wild video of the incident. Annie Williams, 58, was arrested by police in Irving, Texas, for allegedly trying to run over her male partner twice while intoxicated, according to NBC's local affiliate. Footage from the wreckage spree posted on the Daily Mail shows Williams allegedly missing her intended target and smashing her black Chrysler SUV through the windows of the booze store, hitting a pedestrian and then 4 parked cars.
Jesus.
What the fuck just went on? A stunned witness says in the video.
A domino effect.
After the attempted attack, Williams allegedly fled in her car, but was taken into custody nearby shortly after, the NBC report said. Williams is in police custody and faces aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, evading arrest, DWI, and criminal mischief charges, according to the report.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so I can imagine when
the pedestrian who was struck suffered a broken ankle, and the liquor store incurred $25,000 worth of damage, NBC said.
Good.
I figured that was a good article since Salena just got a permit and stuff, and I'm waiting for her to get, like, you know, when she gets drunk and pissed off, and like,
yeah,
when we sell it and lose a text.
That's totally gonna happen. It's totally something I would do. You know me so well.
I just felt it was a whole dark comedy domino effect.
Oh, Jesus.
That woman was drunk
just
and
from what
angry.
she read in the article, it was like, I missed my lover. I hit the person going to the grocery store. They didn't get my liquor right.
I feel like she was like, fuck, I missed. I might as well do it now. I'm already going down. Might as well make sure I finish the job. So she attempted 4 more times, and she gave up.
Oh, boy, that's funny. Yeah, I'm just going to be careful how much I piss you off and stuff when you start driving.
Yeah. Here now.
Better
I got
be
my
pissed
permit.
off than pissed on.
I mean, depending on how much I pay her, but if you want to pee on me, guys.
That's fucking
One
Really?
golden shower. He's been so open-minded lately. He's
Hell
just
yeah.
like, he has like a I'll try anything once kind of attitude. I kind of dig it.
I'm
I kind of fear it, but I'm here for it.
What is this fucking American History X?
I mean,
Were
it's-
you in the shower with a bunch of skinheads, Chris?
I mean, we were in a shower with a dog, so
Yep.
check that off the
I
list.
know, I always got to hear about that. Like me,
Washing hairy bowl.
Doesn't
I know. I'm.
me and
I-
Salena an underbite. That's a good
Why that sound like a whole
I'll probably just ignore it and just
adult?
like, okay.
Why that sound like a whole Fridays After Dark film? Me, Salena, and Underbite. That title. I'm like,
He looks
Really?
really. He's always waking his tail looking at Elliot. wants me to
I'll eat him. I mean, he looks like he'd make a good meal.
Christ.
He thinks you make a good shower buddy.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't like dogs like that.
So this is interesting. Makes me laugh. Wow, I never thought I'd read this headline. So, drug dealers are peddling ethically sourced woke coke. Wow. I say this is not what they meant when they said coke was putting in woke politics over consumer interest. Okay. It's no secret that corporations tout certain PC beliefs to protect their bottom line. However, now even the black market is following suit. Drug dealers are hawking ethically sourced cocaine to woo eco-minded Westerners seeking a guilt-free trip. I've been shown ads for environmentally friendly sniff, UK drug policy expert told the Mirror of the eco-conscious blow. The supposedly green drug commercials were put out in response to growing concerns over the environmental damage and violence occurring along the South American drug highway. Wow. So they're using it as a clever marketing ploy to help drug cartels recuperate their losses after the COVID pandemic disrupted their supply chain. Wow.
Mhm.
There is no way you can have environmentally friendly cocaine. Not when the market is unregulated like it is today. Jesus. So the new woke coke runs at $300 per gram. Holy shit. Wow.
They're all fucking stupid.
Distributors are able to lie with impunity because the government has no control and they are being increasingly clever about how they operate. Wow. Not only that, but the idea of ethically sourced coke is an oxymoron, as the narcotics trade is one of the main drivers of rainforest degradation in Colombia, where cocoa leaves are grown. Between 2001 and 2019, the country's rainforest lost 7% of its tree coverage, while deforestation soared last year. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, so if you want to get some coke, get some environmentally friendly coke.
Are they really that mentally fucked
Yes.
up?
Sure.
Look at how people commit such horrid crimes while they're on coke.
Yeah.
Look at how
say
they're
that again, bro.
Look at they're committing crimes while they're high. Look at Live PD before they shut it off because it proved the point. How almost every episode they had to use Narcan on these people who are in the middle of the street in the middle of winter or summer, ODing and damn near dead. So yeah, have a guilt-free trip because people are not about self-control.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What? Fucking stupid. Yeah. Let's try to popularize drugs. Yeah, everybody have some fucking coke. While we're at it, let's have little kids twerking too in music videos. Yeah, let's make being a fucking drug addict and more people dying because we're just gonna have coke everywhere and fucking pedophiles and all this stupid shit. Let's just make it popular because, oh my god, ethical. People don't understand what that fucking word means.
Yeah. It's like I'm waiting for the environmentally friendly heroin or something.
Yeah, because, I've been affected by fucking terrible drug use, so yeah, it's fucking horrible surviving the shit that people do to you on it. What about the families of loved ones who've OD'd and died? We're never gonna get them back, but have a guilt-free fucking trip.
Yeah, coke is one of the things, damn sure. It's like marijuana, I realize.
It just makes a lot of money in this country.
Well,
I think we're, America's, 3% or 5% of the world's population, and we consume, over half the world's cocaine.
Coke is different than marijuana in the sense that I get that marijuana was a pure money ploy, but coke, though, for the most part, there is obviously fucking some, dangerous health side effects where, I can understand why they would make it illegal for, just because of what's in it and shit. So it's like, yeah, you can do coke in moderation, smart people, but overall people... It is a dangerous drug. It does kill people. No one's ever fucking died of smoking too much weed. Shit. But plenty of people have died or lost their lives because of coke. So.
Yeah.
It's just fucking stupid. They want to normalize everything. Sooner or later, rape is going to be normalized.
Well, it is in other countries, so.
Yeah, I know. But sooner or later, it's going to come to America because some idiot's going to start screaming about it so loud.
That's a new TikTok trend, hashtag rape is legal or something.
Yeah.
It's
no, there was something that was going on TikTok,
Christ,
a date, May 23rd or something.
That
was angering people. I know, smart people aren't going to take it seriously,
but
still. It was scaring people because the amount of influence it does have on children, this app. That they made a specific date where it was a day that you can rape anybody you wanted. So I didn't know about it because I didn't have a TikTok. I found out about it on Facebook because people are talking about it on Facebook. And I was like, what the fuck? Is that really going on TikTok?
The degeneracy is just happening. We're de-evolving.
Yeah.
We're not getting better as a species. We're fucking going downhill faster than anything.
Right.
And everyone's like, we're so progressive. Yeah, maybe to our ultimate downfall.
Maybe to the 1%. They're living the best life, but...
Let's just create zombies. Someone just fucking unleash zombies.
Because you got COVID. You got COVID.
No, I mean flesh-eating zombies. Because I'd love to see someone... This zombie came right at me because he somehow knew I was gay, and he just tried to bite my dick off. Why was your penis near his mouth? Because, you're at a party, you're having fun, and just dicks are flying. I'm like...
And then someone with their arm halfway hanging off your brain.
I just want zombies, because it doesn't matter.
That's some people's dream, a zombie apocalypse. They would love it. They are literally preparing for it.
It's true.
They're better than us.
That's creepy, if you ask me.
Yeah, but the thing is, they might be prepared. They're still going to fail. Because you're preparing for zombies. What about people? What about desperate people? Guess what? When you're desperate enough for food or safety or get away from fear, you'll do anything.
You willing to throw anyone under the bus, even if they're in your corner.
What do you think is going to happen if an apocalypse happens? Law and order's out the door. Guess what's going to be currency? Women. Women and children. That's going to be the first thing. Law and order goes down, and everyone's like, I'm prepared. You got kids? You have daughters? You got a wife?
Good point.
What are you going to be doing when you're desperate enough for a pack of cigarettes, food, clean water, or...
Yeah. That's funny about everything. After watching 10 seasons of Walking Dead, but even every zombie movie, TV show, comic book, video game, etc., you spend more time actually dealing with other people than the actual fucking zombies.
Take away law and order. Take away law and order. then show me how civilized we are when we don't have cops stopping all the crime,
Or just
military.
rules.
Get rid of the politicians and all that because they'll just make it worse. And let's see.
Spot on.
Let's see how well all these people's ethics and good manners.
And that's where knowing it. That's why I've said in one of the last podcasts, there's difference between people and individuals.
Yeah.
People do right because it's expected of them, but the individual 9 times out of 10 they're doing right because that's who they are. It's part of their natural core characteristics of ethics. They're not doing it to impress nobody. Because when they do right publicly, that's also who they are behind closed door and privately. They're not doing it for motive or expectation.
Yeah.
The individual, the one who thinks for themselves, not following the sheep or hive mind mentality. If that makes sense. If whoever watched The Purge, there was a character who actually, when The Purge was going on where you could do anything you want, rape, murder, steal, kill, he actually wasn't doing none of that, but there was only one part where he followed the Purge protocol. It was someone, I guess, that killed one of his children, and he was willing to cross that line, to avenge his kid, but other than that, he wasn't bothering nobody.
Yeah.
None of that. But everybody else was doing what they always wanted when the Purge.
Yeah. If you have a Purge today, disgusting.
Very.
I like to have hope in people and think that most people aren't that primitive. I mean, I guess unless you guys are actually murderers and would actually go along with that. I don't think so. I personally am not. I think it's in our physiology to be peaceful. It's really only when we're in a survival state and feel like we need to survive that we get into like a fight or flight kind of mode. And just I don't know how society evolved. We did, have to survive and kill in order to survive at one point. And yeah, that's where society stems from on top of a lot of things. But yeah, I feel like for the most part, it's even seen in like a basic 3-year-old child that we're naturally peaceful.
I mean, I think every group, you need like someone like the asshole and the comedian. You need the hopeful person like Salena to be hopeful and think things can get better. And when the Purge happens, she's the first one to die. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when the Purge happens, I'd be not even in an area that would even allow me to. I'd be probably, I don't know. Personally, if I was in that type of reality, I would hope that I would be smart enough to not even be in an area that would make it possible for me to be a target.
I mean, even throughout
because
this
I'm
planet,
not that kind of person.
I mean, like different.
It don't even have to be the area. It could be just someone.
I never watched the movie though, so maybe it would be easy for somebody to kill me. I don't know.
I think they're actually good movies because there's messages and it just shows you what people would really do, and it does beg the moral question. Though it's like this is the premise of the fucking Purge. What if one day a year all crime was legal for 24 hours, but the other 364 days crime dropped down by 95%? Is it worth it? And that's the moral question, because imagine like right now, we're seeing right now, New York City, especially fucking Portland, Chicago, LA, Detroit, all these places, you're having record-breaking murders and gun shootings and looting and blah, blah. What if one day a year you could just go fucking balls out, and by doing that, you decrease for the rest of the year 99% of crime rate? Is it worth the sacrifice?
I feel like that wouldn't even happen. Crime and stuff would still happen.
But yes, I agree, because when you think of the Purge, everyone... See, when we talk about known criminals, murderers, rapists, offenders, those are people who got caught. And I try to tell my daughters this, especially, like if they told me they looked up somebody, they not in the system of being guilty of anything, and I told them, baby girls, because a person may not have a record in a judicial system doesn't always mean they don't have a record or reputation in the streets. You just gotta know how to speak to the right people, or know how to pay attention to the patterns and the signs. And by saying that, and we're talking about the Purge, imagine how many people that are convicts, con artists, murderers, rapists, molesters, offenders, all that, but not on judicial watch, not on judicial indictment of being caught in a law enforcement system. So even though, like you said, where there's skyrocketing records of criminal activity, now imagine when the Purge, let's say the Purge exists, how much that would accelerate if they actually kept a recorder watch But since they said everything is illegal, including murder and everything, that means they're not writing it down. They just letting everybody cut loose for 12 hours.
I took it as watching the movies. Just like everybody here has had a bad day. Everyone here has had frustrated. Like there's been days at work where it's like I'll get pissed off by a customer or something, and I just want to go home and just like fucking punch a wall, you know? Or I'll do some push-ups, or I'll whatever. I'll take a baseball bat. I'll go outside and fucking hit a sledgehammer or something. And the premise of the fucking movie is that like a lot of times, often people get so frustrated that they take out their frustrations in a very violent manner. This could be said, well, you know, fucking rioting, looting, attacking people, something, whatever. And if one day a year you get to fucking take all that pent up frustration and just go balls the fuck out, that would for the rest of the year make you kind of chill.
No, it wouldn't.
You know, I mean that's the premise of the film.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's why it doesn't exist. If it would exist by now, if that would work. But I don't know. I just think that's also a cop-out. Like, you can't, like, be a healthy person. It just pains you so much to actually try and challenge yourself to function that you rather, like, I mean,
they do say, like,
be a part of the problem.
People that are on fucking diets, they say it's very healthy to have a cheat day. You know? It's like...
Yeah, but there's a difference between eating a couple of slices of pizza and wanting to murder and rape somebody. Like, man, you know, I'm on the sex offender registry, but the purge is my
I had to give you that. That was a good pun. Dark, but that was a good pun, bro. I gotta give you that.
I would say, like, even like the Rocky, like you see the size of Rockies. Every Sunday, I just stack of pancakes and some cheeseburgers and stuff.
Oh my god!
So the purge is my cheat day. I ain't gonna fucking lie. Like, just give it. Like, I've got a lot of pent up frustration. If there's one day a year, there's certain people I could fucking pick off. Like, I've already got a fucking list of mental names of people I would visit their house with a baseball bat. Like, especially customers.
I don't know. But that's why I play video games, because I don't want to bash somebody's head in.
Well, they said that though. Like, remember back in like the 90s, 2000s, growing up, that like video games, for the most part, it's like, would you rather have your kid playing Grand Theft Auto and beating?
That was inappropriate for me because when you're young and stuff, and you don't really know about sex, you want to drive around with the prostitutes and stuff. That was like my take on sex before I had it.
But that was the premise of like when like say Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty got very controversial. Like, well, we have like our 10-year-old taking a fucking hooker, cop, and beating him to death or something. That's emulating real life. It's like, maybe, but would you rather have your 12-year-old playing a fucking video game?
I mean, that's emulating the worst parts of life. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
It was, but it's the moral question. We just fucking did a news story last week where they had a 12 and 14-year-old. A 14-year-old girl grabbed a shotgun, was shooting at cops, and almost got killed. Would you prefer for your 14-year-old to grab a shotgun and shoot cops in real life, or in a video game? So
video game.
Yeah. So it's like that's the fucking thing. It's like people a lot of times they'll play video games for escapism. It's like, as somebody who drives a bus for a living, whenever I play a game where I get to run people over with a fucking bus, I have so much fun just murdering fucking random people.
I mean, but that's not preventing you from running over people with a bus.
It feels good, but
I mean, it's cope.
Pretty much, the purge was just you're nothing is your fault. You're the victim. Take it on everybody else. It's not, for the 364 other days a year. For you, because you can't find a way to turn that anger into something constructive.
Right.
We have to give you a full 12 hours to be as destructive as possible. No, it's a cop-out. It's stupid. The thought is stupid. And people are like, I really want it. I'm like, why? Because you're a sick fuck.
I'm like scared. What do you want to do?
You're those people. You're waiting for the cops to not be around because you're like, man, I'm going to fucking do all this shit and it's not going to be my fault because somebody pushed me a little too far. No.
I kind of want to watch the movie now.
I'm just saying, because like,
are there no saviors or heroes? There ain't no
There
heroes.
There are. They're actually heroes and saviors.
I bring this up because like Elliot was saying, like how we just, every podcast we talk about normalizing more things that we found offensive, whether it's kids fucking twerking, whether it's like people having sex with minors, whether it's people doing, I feel like it just makes you wonder, are we going to hit a point where so much degradation where the only way to come back from that is give all these sick fucks one day a year to just be a sick fuck, and maybe the rest of the year they'll be normalized.
Actually, some people
I don't even think they even get to be normalized because like, some people just get a taste to be sick.
Putting all like people with a criminal record.
We're talking about.
But then what if the purge would make people, you would actually fucking see these people that they will come out of the woodwork, then you find out who they really are. So
yes, that is true. Like one of the Purge movies, it was this dude, I guess he was a custodian or a maintenance guy. It's one of the first Purge movies that helped the franchise blow up. It was a Spanish dude or a Puerto Rican dude. I mean, the race doesn't matter. Yeah. But it's like, while it was counting down to the Purge, it looked like he was just a decent guy, hard working, get his hours in, go home, chill. Yeah. But you would notice a pattern. One of the main characters, which was a female, he always would look at her every time she would come home from work. Yeah. And then when the Purge came, he broke in her house and tried to have his way with her. Yeah. And I'm like, that explains why he kept looking at her funny in the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
Spoilers for me.
Yeah. But it's overall.
It's all about patterns, Salena.
It has been scary though.
Real talk. It's all about patterns.
We're seeing this shit during COVID though. We're seeing like, more crime, at least in the past year, you can do this fucking podcast, more crime and violence, and everything is going up and up and up and up. So it's like, how do we start lowering gun violence and people killing each other and people like hurt? Just how do we stop? What's the solution to shit? Is it more cops, less cops? Is it zombies? Is it?
Honestly, I think it's just focus. I personally would rather go to peaceful protestings or just find my own people. In a way, I don't know. It always was and always will be this way to me at this point. I'm learning to accept that. I don't think we're going to be falling into a tyrannical point of disorder or anarchy anytime soon because way too many people like order.
Do you believe in equal vibes?
I believe in energy.
Equal tribes. Equal vibes, equal tribes.
Yeah, I definitely believe you attract your tribe.
I with that being said, Salena, I believe that if you're someone who's generous, you're open-minded, and you love to share that energy with other people who's like that, I believe when it's looked for hard enough or open-minded enough, it can be found. And by feeding each other those positive attributes and essences and spiritual energies, we're lifting each other up and also building each other up to higher grounds of potential. But since we live in a world where most people go for instant gratification and second guessing and assumptions, they run into the same results. Instant gratification, second guessing, and assumptions. So pretty much it boils down to the energy we put out eventually finds its way back to us.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I believe in the law of attraction too, but it's also really weird because it's basically in order for us to even be in the same room, we have to be thinking the same thoughts, and probably one of those same thoughts is Chris. We all share Chris, but it's all has whatever a trickle down effect, which I find very interesting.
I think it's not just thoughts, but probably core characteristics. I believe we all, in our own way, not just decent and wholesome people in our own right, but we also got our own individual vices that we try to work with or make struggle with daily in our own right.
Yeah.
Something I was thinking about.
Yo, Tev, wake your ass up.
Taking a nap. His throat hurt.
I'm just fucking with him. I know. I love you, cuz. I'm just messing with you.
I want to ask everybody because it's just on a piggyback or a side note with the whole purge thing is the whole thing with everyone here probably knows what entrapment is. I always wonder how does everyone feel about entrapment? Because does it show you that are people bad in only certain situations, or does entrapment bring out what you really are?
Oh yeah, that's a huge trigger for me.
Yeah, entrapment is a premeditative and precognitive maneuver. Yeah, imagine me trying to be friends or bro hams with you, all because you got something that I want from you. Yeah. So I try to play this good person.
Well, I took it for me
to get that out of you.
I always took entrapment as there was a show not too long ago where they were doing it was a cop show and they had a hidden camera. And what they would do is they would fucking have a car sitting out in the middle of the street, and they would have the keys in the car. And the car is fucking sitting there, doors are unlocked and stuff. Somebody would fucking walk in, turn on the car, drive away. After the folks are driving away, the car would the whole electronics would auto shut off. And now, you've been charged for Grand Theft Auto.
Bait car, yeah,
exactly.
I love that show.
Now the thing is, a lot of people would say, well, that's entrapment because you're entrapping people because you're setting them up. But the thing is, no matter how you try justifying setting them up, you open that
type of person that would do that in the first place. Yeah,
it's like you open the fucking car door, you turn the car on, you chose to take that car and drive away with that, right? No one fucking forced you to hop in that car and basically stealing it. The thing is, you got fucking caught stealing it. Whether the keys were in the car or not in the car, the thing you still fucking chose to do Grand Theft Auto. But entrapment, that's how I was always led to believe. Entrapment is like basically setting somebody up. It's like, well, it wasn't my fucking fault that, you know, I stole the freaking car. And I'm like, well, technically it was your fault because you chose to get into that car. So.
Yep.
But like.
Called choice. See, that's the one thing nobody ever wants to talk about. Choice.
Yeah.
People choose to do what they want. The temptation is there, but there's temptation everywhere. How many times have any of us seen someone leave a wallet out? Or, you know, they left food or something, and you're just like, I could really use some of that right now. We've all had those moments. But guess what? At the same time, it's like, it's not mine. These people don't care. They're like, oh, free. Look at how they react when they get in a car. Oh, shit, this person just left it open. They were asking for it. I'm like, what? I'm like, so if it was the opposite situation, someone stole their thing, could they be like, oh, well, he left it open. They were asking for it.
On a similar note, this happened to a woman a week ago. Now she's got a lawsuit going, and I don't feel bad for her. Everybody here has got a bank account. We all got ATM machines, debit cards, et cetera, et cetera. I know exactly how much is in my savings account, my credit card. I tomorrow check my SEFQ account and says, Chris, now you have $1.6 million in your savings account. The first thing I'm thinking is somebody fucked up. And also that money is not fucking mine. So I'm not going to spend a fucking penny of that because it's not fucking mine.
Because you could get charged with fraud, infringement, all of that.
This woman checks her fucking bank account and there's $1.6 million in her bank account. The second she finds out, she goes, buys a house, buys a car, buys this, she blows like $1 million in the course of like 36 hours.
That's something that wasn't hers.
Exactly. So then the bank gets back and says, hey, listen, we want our money back. Oh, well, you know, you put that in my account. It's your fault for putting it to my account. You knew goddamn well that money wasn't yours, sweetheart.
She can get hit with grants.
Oh, no, they're hitting her with a whole shitload of fucking charges and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
System.
It's because somebody else fucked up, but the bottom line is that $1 million was not fucking yours to take.
Now, there are some optimistic possibilities, not to try to play devil's advocate, where you might have a rightful grant that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, it's the natural thing to do to check. There's no fraud or anything involved. But then when you find out, oh, Chris, you rightfully earned this. You know, this is all yours. It accumulated throughout the years. This is yours. What you gonna do with it? Now you're just saying like, damn, I'm a fucking millionaire.
Well, I heard this on different podcasts.
What should I do with this?
I heard this on different podcasts, and one of the guys was trying to justify it, saying, well, you know what? If I walk down the street, I find a suitcase full of money. That suitcase has 10 grand in that and stuff too. Who am I obligated to give that back? I said, again, somebody who dropped their suitcase in the middle of the fucking street and you happen to come across that, that's different than somebody doing a clerical error into your bank account and you knew damn
where
well,
it can be traced and stuff. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, it's like because you knew that $1 million. Now, if anybody here walks home today, you fucking see a wallet. That wallet's got 30 grand in it. Well, I mean, it's finders keepers, you know. But it's that was found. That was fucking found. But he said you knew that damn money. So I feel like that's even entrapment too. Like, you know, because what if a company purposely put money into your account, you spent that, then they sued you and you got arrested for that shit. I mean, that's technically entrapment too, you know?
Yeah, but you can also see where the money came from as well.
Yeah.
I'd be asking questions. I keep an eye on my bank account. I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Oh, that's right. I bought something from here. Never mind.
But that's like, so the thing with the whole bait car and stuff, obviously that bait car, the fucking entrapment issue, it's like fucking, but it's like with the fucking bait car, that would ask a moral question. It's like, are you a real asshole fuck for stealing Grand Theft Auto, or did you just do this decision in the heat of the moment? I don't know.
Choice. They chose to do it. That's their fault. She chose to, instead of call her bank like, there's over $1 million. Is this legit or what? No, she chose to just blow it all and not care. Well, guess what? You should have cared because there's consequences.
Yeah, definitely. So, shocker here. I mean, this won't come as a surprise to anybody, I don't think. And I wish Carlton was here to debate this with technology and shit. But this is what I talked about this with Carlton was here, Elliot, and we were going back and forth. But excessive screen time linked to obesity in U.S. preteens. Yeah, of course. So, researchers who published their findings in pediatric obesity found that each additional hour spent on screen time was associated with a higher body mass index in 9 to 10-year-olds 1 year later. So, they're saying that, let's see what more this is. Weight gain may not just be the result of sedentary behavior, but also that exposure to social media and unattainable body ideas could lead to subsequent overeating. The data was pulled from 11,000 preteens. They were asking questions pertaining to time spent on 6 different forms of screen time, including TV, social media, texting, YouTube, video chatting, and video games. So, researchers said that at the start of the study, 33% of children were considered overweight or obese, and a year later, it increased up by 2 more percent. Wow. Mm-hmm. So, the study was conducted prior to the pandemic, but its findings are especially relevant for the pandemic. So,
I don't know. That's kind of a terrible thing because a lot of places were closed down. They couldn't even walk to school during the pandemic.
They're saying that too.
Right.
That, with remote learning, the cancellation of youth sports and isolation, children have been exposed to unprecedented levels of screen time. So yeah, like you're right. That has pandemic did with kids and stuff not going to school, and
that's not a good test. You should have done it before the pandemic when people really had no choice but to you're lucky enough to keep your job. You had to work from home. B, you're lucky enough to go to school, but you had to sit there in front of an iPad, a computer, a laptop, or a phone. Yeah, that's lazy. Whoever did that test or anything, that's just pure laziness.
They're saying that the screen time can provide benefits like education and socialization, but parents should try to mitigate risks from excessive screen time.
Actually, that's been proven wrong. It doesn't help with socialization because speaking to someone over a phone, there's very little consequence. If I say fuck you over a phone,
you can
hang up. I say fuck you to your face, I'm going to get, either you're going to say fuck you back, get into an argument, or punch me.
Or make a phone call. There's a lot of consequence
there's
in that.
So yet again, they're wrong.
They're saying parents should regularly talk to their children about screen time usage and develop a family media use plan. Previous studies on childhood obesity have found a rise in prevalence during COVID-19 pandemic. So they're saying from January 2019 to December 2020, they found obesity levels were rising among all age ranges, but was more pronounced in patients 5 to 9. And I would just say like I would say the thing is when your kid is spending their entire time when you're in fucking school on the computer and stuff, then once school time shuts down, you spend the rest of the afternoon on YouTube or just playing Xbox, whatever. If they're not doing anything but sitting home all day, of course obesity is going to go up, on top of, because I'm even reading stuff like, of course, comment sections, it's your guys' diets and stuff and calories. I'm like, that'll be an endless fucking discussion, but I'm like, I've said all day, I don't give a shit if you live off of your entire day off celery and water. At some point, if you live off celery and water but don't leave your house, your body still has to burn calories. And I don't,
Facts.
I mean, like even, years ago when Christina Aguilera was pretty big in the 90s, and she was a dancer making music videos. She goes, my diet's mostly fucking cheeseburgers, milkshakes, and french fries. Why are you so thin? She goes, well, look at my music videos. I'm dancing, constantly burning this shit off. And, I've always fucking felt like, it's a hard balance between calories burned and physical activity. Like, I just feel like there's been times where I've dieted pretty good and eat salads all day and oatmeals and yogurts, but like when you're sitting behind the wheel of a bus all day or driving, it's if you burn shit off, I think that if you burn stuff off, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And they're not burning nothing off. They're just sitting home all day.
Well, they were telling people, no more than so many people at a park, and you had cops telling people, there's too many people here, get out. Look, Albany even had curfews. You couldn't be out after a certain time. You couldn't be around so many people. They were telling people, disperse. There's too many people together. Yeah, that is the laziest. Whoever did that should be ashamed with how fucking stupid they are. That's just lazy. You're just trying to get popularity. Oh, I did this little study. People are going to love me for it. No, you're stupid. You should feel ashamed, and everyone is dumber for looking at your study. I'm going Billy Madison. You're stupid, and we're all dumber for even giving that any attention.
Oh, man. I'm trying to find more stuff, just like more COVID, more the Miami condo collapsing. Boy, just like
I didn't even hear about that. I mean, maybe I did. I just didn't care. What am I gonna do? Send thoughts and prayers. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting back into Final Fantasy 4. But what the condos? Look, I understand. Terrible shit happens all the time. Every day something bad happens. But what can I do? Crying about it isn't going to help. Maybe what somebody can do is figure out what happened, learn, and like maybe we should test other buildings to make sure.
Yeah.
Because something had to have happened. Out of nowhere, a builder's just not going to be like, I quit, collapse. Something had to have happened. Support or something was bad. Termites. So hopefully they figure out what happened and can use that knowledge so that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
I definitely agree on that. Like, I keep seeing all these damn articles about, like, they keep saying numbers, but, like, no one's looking into, like, why this happened. Almost reminds me of, remember that episode of South Park, Elliot, where it's just, like, when the levees were breaking, they kept saying, like, Stan's talking to Randy and stuff. He goes, Dad, who's going to save the people? Who's going to save the people? He goes, Stan, it's not important who's going to save the people. It's what's important is whose fault is this?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, Dad, shouldn't we get aid to these people that are dying in the levees and stuff, and people are dying of food and water? No. Getting aid to these people is not important. What's important is finding out who's responsible for this instead of actually helping these people the fuck out. Like,
I think both should be taken into account.
What are you saying, Karen?
Oh, I think both should be taken into account. I don't think it should be like one or the other. But
that was like the whole Texas thing when even I was here. Like, how many people fucking died in Texas? And because we have no supplies, no aid, no this, no that, people are freezing to death in Texas because nobody can offer aid to these people that are dying. Like there was a mother and her 2 kids fucking dying inside of the back of a car because there's no heat and the whole state's shutting down. It's like
that's because the leaders decided that they were going to be on vacation and nobody returned to Texas when this shit happened. No, it didn't seem like there was leadership at all.
Right.
And honestly, how do you still have your job? If I was at a job,
that's what I was saying,
and my horrible incompetence cost people lives, my ass would be in jail.
Yeah.
But these people, it's just like their leaders did a bad job. You know what? There should be accountability for what happened. Maybe there was. Maybe they got fined like $50,000 or $100,000. These motherfuckers are gonna laugh at those quantities. You know, it's just like empty out their bank accounts.
Right.
Like you lose like $50,000 per year until you pay back some of these families.
Yeah.
Because you should have been like, okay, terrible thing is happening. I'm gonna get back there, or I'm gonna be on a fucking Zoom call. Like, look, we need assistance. We fucking need it now. These people went days or what, a week plus with nothing,
and people were dying.
Yeah, and it's everyone's just like, no, people just vacation. Like, no, it'll take care of itself. And even the one guy, a mayor, I think, who was like, oh, don't expect us to take care of you. It's like there should have been accountability because God help us. If it was any of us in this room who aren't politicians and something we did caused someone to die, our asses would be behind bars.
Yep. So I'll open this article and then cut it short because it's getting late and I gotta do a big drive ahead of me and stuff. It's been a long fucking day for all of us. So it's already 9 o'clock at night. Shit. But
fucking hot.
I know. At least got air conditioner though. So it's helping out a lot. But this is kind of just.
You're welcome. Since nobody knew how to set it up except me. You're welcome.
But I found this funny because what would you do if you went to a fucking beach and next you know it's like you're sitting there tanning and stuff, hanging with your kids and family and stuff, and then next you know fuck a bear. You look over, there's a bear sitting next to you. It's like, so it says bold bear family joins stunned beachgoers for a picnic. So there was some bears at Lake Tahoe Beach are boldly going where so many bears are known to go, rooting through a picnic basket. Mama bear and her 3 cubs appeared on the shore of the South Lake Tahoe, California on a Sunday when dozens of beachgoers swam and frolicked in the sand and worked up their afternoon appetites. One visitor would have to find lunch elsewhere as their belongings were ransacked by the hungry bears. Jesus. The victim, who had been kayaking on the lake while the real action went down on the land, managed to capture footage of the bears sniffing through stuff, all while swimmers were waiting and hoping the bears would soon be on their way. We are local and not new to bear activity, so we quickly got up and backed away as we knew that they would be heading straight for our food. They tried to shoo the bears away by shouting, but the bears were undeterred and focused on going through our remaining items. We thought to just leave them alone and let them go about their business. Yeah, so.
That's the best thing to do.
That bears love a good picnic is well known by readers, as we've come to regularly post on Hungry Lives of Bruins. Yeah, so if you see a fucking mother and her 3 fucking cubs, we can do, go away, go with my picnic basket. Like, yeah, right.
Shoo, Yogi.
So, while it seems lucrative to share a table with a bear, The family behaved just as some experts would recommend, moving very slowly and non-threatening. Running is a bad call, as adult bears are known to sprint about 30 miles an hour. But if a bear insists on sticking by your side, stop and hold your ground until they've cleared the area. Says presumably after they finished all of your granola bars. Such an occurrence could just as quickly turn deadly, as the ferocious creatures are liable to make out a meal out of people. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like fucking bears. Bears can't eat you, but yeah. I just fucking think it's funny. Just you're going to fucking have a beached up a picnic with your kids, and you come back to fucking land. There's a bear and a cubs eating your food. Like, okay.
Better than eating my food than me.
But yeah, it's kind of like it's just like more news, more gas prices. The woman with the Olympic hammer thrower, more deaths shooting, COVID deaths shooting. It's kind of a light news week right now. So I guess next episode we have to just make a topic and everyone just break down a topic, because the news is just kind of same shit. Like, I've just seen 30 different articles covering the fucking the condo collapsing, and it's just more COVID, more Biden and COVID. Yeah, it's not much. So
yeah.
Here's another one. See, this is when I would fucking change my identity, though, Elliot, because like $50 billion was accidentally deposited in a Louisiana family's bank account. Now, for $50 billion, it's time to change your identity.
No. That's gonna be like some dirty money added in there somewhere, and those people are gonna do everything to get them pennies back. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, this $50 billion isn't mine. Is there a finder's reward?
God. So, holy crimes. Yeah. It's like shot. More shit. Yes, I can't get past like there's a fucking news article talk about more New York City shootings and shit. Like, for Christ's sakes, guys, that's all that's going on. Like,
right.
Yeah, more of the fucking. It's just like different news. Like, woman told the husband as on her phone she saw the pool cave in as the Florida condo collapsed. Another guy was injured in the collapse.
Well, like I said, hopefully they figure out what caused it, because that's about it.
Sports.
Sports are
yeah. Good hour and a half. Try to be entertaining. Like Lou was saying, I try, making more people fucking laugh. So sometimes there's just like not a lot of funny new shit going on. I mean,
sometimes someone has to say the tough part. These entertainers
Absolutely.
and all that need to entertain, not lecture. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you think you're a fucking dancing horse. Your job is to entertain. Fucking entertain.
Yeah.
Don't lecture. Just like the video you showed us. They need to entertain and not lecture.
You just want that, or do you?
I'm good. I'm just drinking Pepsi for now. I had a long drive ahead of me.
Alright, well.
Yeah. So
everything should be loaded now.
Yeah, we got a good hour and a half in, and we'll try to kill something this weekend. Just
Yeah, nothing really going on, but over the next couple of weeks, I have a feeling something's gonna happen.
Well, again, I think I'll say anybody, Tev or Lewis, not Josh, Salena, if you guys got topics and said like listen to Joe Rogan, it's hard because like say Joe, he keeps getting different guests on, and if you have a guest on who's like a doctor or like fucking, he just had Quentin Tarantino on, and like
he probably will ask them questions in their specialized field or
like,
expertise or credentials.
I feel like you said there's only so many funny memory stories I have and shit. So I miss even Junior. Junior only has so many dad stories. He can
like
talk
if
about.
you like the last podcast when we was talking about stigmas and stereotypes from high school or when we was growing up that we dealt with, good or bad, from other people. Because even though we was talking about great topics on online articles, I thought I'd break the ice. Like, okay, let's switch it up and give a variety a little bit. Even though the topic traditionally is interesting in itself, I was like, and that's when I said, not just give further entertainment to the podcast fans, to the blue collar losers movement, but to those who, helps contribute to the podcast. We get a chance to know each other. And that's when Salena said, Chris don't like to know each other. I was like, holy shit.
That was Susan. Susan's like, I already know Susan. I knew enough about her.
Right.
Like, he said she's busy right now. She's folding laundry. Like, I know. God damn it.
Laundry? Only laundry?
That and her friend Dean.
She's folding Dean.
Yeah, I mean, there's only some weeks are just like, everything's kind of light. So I think about topics I want to write down. It's just like, it's hard to focus when now I'm on a new work schedule and I got other shit going on at home and just, shit with my kid's mother. And damn, now he's fucking he's officially going to high school soon. So I was like, Jesus Christ, everybody's getting old.
Freshman Friday.
Oh God.
I was thinking, not just to the podcast or blue collar fans, but to the blue collar family, if we was able to do an episode where we get a chance to like put out there our likes, dislikes, what makes us laugh, what our favorite pastimes are. Just leave it like at that. Because I know just from those basic guidelines, we would get hella laughs, hella smiles, learn about each other better, as well as showing that we're not uptight or anything, even though we already show we're not uptight. But we getting a chance for like the people who's listening in. Like, okay, we already saw how awesome the blue collar crew is, but now we're getting a chance to see. Yes. Definitely shout out to Elliot. Definitely, thanks, bro.
I didn't do anything. I'm just saying you're welcome.
But that was like this weekend. I finally took because it was my last Saturday. I got done at noon, so I finally brought Salena to what we call tubing. It's called Bat and Kill.
Oh, that was really fun.
And it's basically it's like we take my sisters and my son and my nephew and Salena. We go to the top of the fucking river with one car, and then we take my sister drop my car off the bottom of the river. It's about a 10-minute drive, but it's like 2.5 hours just floating. So what's funny, we get done and we're getting back to the car parking. And at one point, Salena, like, everyone's there. She gives me a hug, and I said something sarcastic to her. I forgot what it was, but Salena just said she looks at me and she's like, Chris, like, why can't you be normal? And my sister Jamie looks at her. She's like, what? None of us are fucking normal. It's like,
yeah, because sometimes you just weird me out sometimes. I'm like, what am I even reading here? Are you happy, sad, confused?
She doesn't know. Yeah.
Just be normal.
And you said in the last podcast, you wanted to share a body with me, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I should practice what I preach.
She wants to wear my skin. Like, oh wait, what?
No, I can get pretty obsessive, but I'm having more awareness around it helps and stuff. It kind of sucks when you do get older and like more aware and you realize all the embarrassing things you thought as a kid and stuff. But
what's the point that
it's funny.
Any friend or family, anybody here wants to come down here, I always tell anybody, whether it's Tev or Lewis has a friend or Elliot, anybody that listen to this shit, if you want to come down here, if you expect like normalcy, you better expect like you got a guy over there who he talks like a child molester family
normal,
guy.
Though. I think I'm normal.
I do a good Herbert impersonation.
Please show him what it's about, bro. Get some giggles and.
Oh, I've shown people.
Show them again for the ones that might be newcomers to the podcast.
They gotta listen to all the other episodes. They're gonna listen to the other ones before this one, because if you start at the last episode,
yeah,
I don't like.
Yeah. But it's also like that's the point of like the podcast. Even since episode 1, like don't expect like PC clean, unfiltered, watered down like bullshit. Like no, we're here to fucking drink and smoke and eat something and just be funny and stupid. I mean, it's because you can't take it too serious. So like we can do serious topics, but like we're not taking it serious in a sense. Like because like even Elliot would say like I agree with Elliot that a lot of stuff I don't care about, but like I like to at least bring stuff up and at least kind of joke about fucked up shit because it's like what's there to talk about, because there's only so much I can break down how bad our economy is failing and how bad COVID's fucking up and unemployment and trillions of dollars in fucking debt. Our state is collapsing. There's only so much left I could talk about.
Yeah, I like the openness here ultimately.
Well, I just play the video games because the world ends. At least I'm having fun. Oh no!
Absolutely.
Another town was bombed. Shit. This secret boss coming up. I'll worry in a moment.
That's one thing that I used to be super scared of too as a kid, was like the end of the world and stuff. First there was what was it, 2001 or something like that?
Oh, 1999.
2099, about 99 to 2000, about that.
Y2K.
I vaguely recall it.
I mean, I was scared of that.
There was 666. I was in 6th grade, June 6th of 2006.
So we had
that was supposed to be the end of the world, and then 2012.
I got 666 tattooed on me.
God.
And when you get older and then you start learning like the conspiracy, the meaning behind it and where it comes from, you're just like, oh my god.
9/11 happened. Oh,
but then it just gets to the point where I could care less if like the world ends tomorrow.
Jesus.
Like,
sounds like Elliot.
I mean, it's not like I don't mean it in like I hate life kind of way. I just think that ultimately I'm trying my hardest. So if it ends tomorrow, at least I know that.
At least
I challenged myself to what I could.
Cockroaches.
Right.
But at least just like, it just, fuck that. That's why I said every episode, everyone grab a drink or grab a fucking blunt and just like realize the fact that we're fucked, but at least you can laugh about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all you can do.
I mean, Kim Kardashian might survive. She'd be like 3 butt cheeks
she
stacked
already-
together. But she'd survive.
She already has probably like her own personal private rocket to
yeah.
the moon or Mars in case shit hits the fan
Her
or
bottom
panic
lip
room.
will sag because she can't get any
Her own
more
underground,
injections.
like.
Wow.
Actually, fuck, let me kill a couple minutes. Did you ever, I said this to Salena yesterday, and I didn't mean, sometimes you don't want to be an asshole, but you can't be. You ever see something, anybody here, which someone has a physical disability, and it's like you're not supposed to laugh or not feeling comfortable, but you do. And I see, like I'm trying, because I know Elliot. I seen a guy, and every part of me is just like, I would donate my entire fucking, like, bank account to fucking fix this dude. But he was walking, and he wound up getting onto the bus, we'll say, and basically fucking, like, half his face. Imagine half his fucking face was like drooping down to his chest. You know what I mean? Like all the fucking
I know who
skin.
you're talking about. I used to see him at Stewart's, and I was just like, yeah. I was so in shock. I turned around, this dude's there. I'm like,
he's just staring at him.
Is that all for today? No, I like cigarettes. Okay. Just turn around and he left, and I was just, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. So I'm not sure if he had a stroke or if, like, something bad happened to him or just, but like every part of me just kept thinking like, I shouldn't feel uncomfortable, but I do feel uncomfortable, but I shouldn't feel uncomfortable kind of thing. Where it's just like,
I'm normally good about that. I don't care if like one of your arms is bent backwards and then sideways. It's like, what's up?
Yeah.
I feel like stuff like that gets old real quickly, but I also grew up with like freaking friends.
Well, look at throughout history, like that was the whole point of the circuses. People would pay money to see the freaks. They would say.
I work with a lot of. I work with this one girl at Walmart.
I work with a lot of freaks.
Yeah, I work with this one girl in Walmart, and I could never hold a conversation with her because she had the most beautiful mustache ever. Like, it was right there, and I'm talking. She comes up talking to me, and I'm just staring at her upper lip. She's like, it's my mustaches, and I'm like, I wish I could grow just a fine mustache like that. And she just keeps talking to me, and I'm just staring. I'm like, how? Like, it was just so nice. It was just straight across. Just everyone was the same length. It was so pronounced. I'm like, God damn!
What's your
routine? It was lined up perfect.
It was. It really was. I'm just like, holy. I just couldn't stop staring at that mustache, and I was like, oh, well, I'll talk to you later. I'm like, yes, I'll see you around, mustache.
He started singing his song.
Yeah.
Oh, mustache.
Save the word
mustache.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, I was just staring at it. It's like, this is my mustache, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
But that just fucked with me.
We're all awful people. So.
Well, I mean, I couldn't grow one as nice as her, so yeah, it was a little bit of jealousy. Like, what's your secret?
I go to the barbershop every week.
I try to wax in a straight line so it all grows at once. Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, fuck. Everyone say their goodbyes. I'm out of topics. I'm just, sorry, fuck 9 o'clock, and I gotta take somebody home, so. Actually, everybody home. Jesus.
I told you where I'm going. I'm going the same direction as the bro is.
Okay.
Just,
bro.
Yes, the bro.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Don't mind him, Mr. Drinks.
Yeah. I like Tev. Tev is quiet, but Tev's one of them guys. He doesn't talk a lot, but I feel like when he does talk, he puts quality information out because sometimes the rest of us ramble. Tev never rambles. He speaks when he needs to speak.
Yeah.
I ramble because half the time what I have to say fucks with me.
Ooh, I have something talking about Lil Nas now.
Anyway, if you want to move on.
The meme. I'm sorry. It's just
pretend to care.
The Britney Spears and Madonna kiss.
I remember that, yeah.
They're like, if you weren't mad at the first one, shut up about the second.
In 03, right?
I don't even think I watched that.
I was like 03,
I was
02.
young when that happened, but
remember it was Madonna, Elliot, it was Madonna, Christina Aguilera, and Britney Spears on stage.
I don't find any of them. Yeah, but you see, at that time, I was listening to rock and metal. Why would I want to listen to a girl who came out dressed up like she was an underage girl for every dude to jerk off to? Like, yeah! yeah, I'll hit you.
Not every dude. Don't say that.
I mean, I did, but
I understand that it's perversion
Britney
being
Spears
sold,
stuff?
but
I was like, does
it's
she
ultimately
really want
your
me to
choice.
just punch her in her face? Cause I will.
yeah, but he was right there. But no, it was the VMAs where it was Madonna dancing with Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, and she went over, she kissed Christina Aguilera, and she kissed Britney Spears. And the funny part is, I remember the fucking videos and people talking like, no one cared if she kissed Christina Aguilera because he felt Christina Aguilera was kind of a dirty slut anyway. That was just a stigma she was giving off. No one.
She looked like she stank.
All the headlines.
She looked like she needed some deodorant. I'm not gonna lie. She looked like a dirty gypsy in like half of her videos. Like,
He's not
what's
wrong,
going
though.
on?
I mean, she did. I feel like, you know, she kind of looks sweaty, but maybe she's
Yeah,
dancing all the
exactly.
time.
It's
She's
like,
singing.
What about
like,
me rubbing you the wrong way? No, take a shower, bitch. Take a shower.
But that
They
was,
probably did that on purpose, though. The body oil.
but that was the stigma. Yeah, but that was the point. Like, no one, the fact that Madonna kissed her, nobody cared about.
Christina
It's like
Aguilera.
the fact that Madonna kissed Britney Spears. That's when the internet lost its shit.
Why
because,
was
like,
she kissing her own daughter?
She's not daughter.
Okay, that was her granddaughter. She's
This
that
is how
old.
much Elliot does
I
not
don't
care.
Like Madonna was,
Yeah.
So it's like a virgin. I'm like, when were you ever a virgin, Madonna?
But that's that's
Like
that's
a
society
virgin.
though. It's like, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit to it. Like, I have no problem watching two girls make out. If I see two guys make out, I feel different about that.
I just don't want to see. I
could care less, to be
entertain me.
Yeah.
Entertain me. Don't do anything else. Your job is to entertain me. So dance for my entertainment.
Also, it's also I think the culture as well. Like, you know, it's I mean, okay, like take rock and roll for example. If mom and dad they grew up in the fucking AC/DC, the Led Zeppelin, the fucking Aerosmith, the Bon Jovi generation. If rockers back in the 80s were kissing each other, that would have been a big culture shift for rock and roll. Fast forward to nowadays, rap in most cities now is very fucking big. Hip hop. The BET community, most of that community does not like two guys fucking kissing. That's not what, like, think about all your fucking hardcore gangster fucking rappers from like Biggie to fucking Tupac to DMX, blah, blah. None of them guys were kissing guys.
Well, they also
That
need
was-
to pull up their pants too, because that's
Yeah.
prison talk. For
Well,
the looking
Biggie
for
Smalls
a
did
dude.
do some very suspicious and suspect rhyme bars. Tev and I talked about it and was like, hold up.
But just the culture, like, you know, I mean, Jay-Z makes a song, you know, about, you know, 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one, and like, but all the fucking rappers, all their fucking videos is about fucking scantily clad women, clubs, fucking beaches, bitches. All these rap songs are all about fucking men and women and stuff. It wasn't how many actually gay music videos has that community of rap had since the early fucking 90s. Hip hop got pretty popular late 80s, early 90s, and none of these fucking hardcore rappers, none of them guys were ever promoting gayness, you know. So
I
it's-
mean, Comma Chameleon was pretty ahead of his time, in my opinion. When I love that music video and stuff, and it's placed in the 80s, but it's very diverse and
but just like Eminem, it's like Eminem, if he started kissing a guy on stage, might not go over too well, you know.
Like I said, they just need to entertain me. Shut the hell up about everything else.
Yeah.
More like Comma Chameleon.
Yeah, pretty much. Who cares? Why was he dressed like that?
They all
I don't
weren't,
give a
you
fuck,
know,
but
being
you know
perverted.
what? Entertaining.
Yeah.
Even though he was still talking about getting with a girl.
Yeah. So and we got to say goodbyes.
Dance for my entertainment. Shut the fuck up about all your stupid personal shit.
Bye.
That's it. Jesus. Anything you, Lewis? Your inspiration of the day.
Not a damn thing. I just want to eat and chill.
Yeah. So
that's it.
I'll just say until next time. We fucking hour and 50 minutes in. Didn't laugh as much. We got some jokes in, but nothing too. Some episodes you laugh more than others, but
that's what she
Good
said.
night, everyone.
Yep. As usual. Hey, shit's free.
I hope
Always.
you get better, Tev. Hopefully you'll still have your normal voice.
I'm sure that granola will do him right. Pause.
So stuff always has been free, always will be, and fucking have a good summer, and just like I'm hoping no more condos are collapsing, and I'm still waiting for the purge, but I'm gonna watch it.
Damn.
Chris is the murderer of the group.
I want to watch the purge with Salena and see how she likes it. So, in fact, like, well, if me and Salena did, I got Salena. We're finishing up Rick and Morty now. Rick and Morty does the purge episode.
Probably gonna trigger a past life memory.
All right, good night.